I feel like I've made this joke before, but Emma seems like she'd be a really good grandma. Hey everybody, welcome back to more Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel 2. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we finished off our final trial here at the Arya Shrine, taking on Vita's familiar, and hearing about some weird plan that she has. I don't know, it's probably not important. This time we are going to be returning to the Courageous to get our next mission. However, first things first, we do have some trial chests to take care of. 2 of them, in fact. With Eustace, Sarah, Milliam, and Fee being our required party. To get both of those. I'm going to start off with Fee and Milliam's, I think. Yeah, I can drop Confuse, give you information. And we just gotta head back, make sure that we're in the right spot. We've seen the puns with them because last time, when we were actually exploring through the shrine, we didn't have these party setups, so we could see both of the puns. And of course, I always like those. Those are the important parts of the trial chests. And I'm being very cautious right now because I had done a few. I finished one of the trial chests before my cat decided to unplug the hard drive that I put my footage on. He's also in the past turned off my computer while I've been using it. Cats are assholes, man.
I'll handle it.
And okay, I like the look of that. Crit.
Here goes.
I don't think Fee will kill. I've said this before. I think it was with Laura. I've missed a few. Okay, we're good. I've missed a few scoutations. On the trial chest bosses. And yeah, Fee takes some hefty damage from that.
This is bad.
Pokey poke.
Yes, sir.
Do you have anything that delays? Yes. So long as he's actually delayed, I would like to give, he's frozen, we at least could prevent a move. I would like, I was really hoping for the heal to go to Fee.
It's not over yet.
But he resisted the delay. Earth Pulse on a 0 art too. That's just rude, man.
Righto.
Milliam, let's prop up a Yggdrasil. Even though Milliam's bad at arts, again, I had beaten this one before my cat decided to destroy my progress. This guy is super weak to Earth, so Milliam can even do plenty. Yeah, almost 20k from Milliam doing an art. I mean, it is a strong art. Yggdrasil is not one of the. It's the second highest level of Earth art, behind Ancient Glyph is the best one. Now, Milliam information gets swapped with Confuse 2. Ooh, we're getting fancy. And we're gonna replace... Voice Breaker with information for this one. About duking it out.
Here they come. Stay focused.
Here.
Very well.
Stalker.
What?
And great start. Okay. Going wonderfully. Alright, what are these guys like? Yeah, Judgment Bolt I think is our best bet. Some of them might wander into range. I think that one is close, I think. Might have wandered out. Nope. Did not wander out. Thank you for the dodge, Sarah. Get a kill there. Eustace going to die. Just gonna say that now. he is going to be dead before his next turn. Very unfortunate feint inflicted.
Okay.
Actually, no. He won't die. I am going to give him a Kyria Bomb. So nice.
I suppose I should thank you.
And then Eustace.
Nothing.
Alright, we can get a critical analyze. Let's go! I just wanted to make sure I get the scouting. Again, I mentioned this with the last run that we did. It is not important to have these guys scouted for any reason. Achievements, in-game stuff, no reason to have it, but I still just like to. You wander out of range.
This is nothing.
Eustace. You wander into range.
Allow me.
And we get art support. Sounds very nice. I imagine that you can hear my cat in the background freaking out with his feather toy. I have it set up in a way that he can actually play with it himself, so I can do other stuff. I should have done that before, but it ends up working out. Northern Limits. This probably kills? No, not quite.
This is nothing.
Yeah. The other option was Heat Wave, which absolutely not.
This isn't.
And oh no, I won't get proper experience on Eustace. Whatever will I do?
Here goes.
Oh no. I'm not concerned about Eustace. Again, I've mentioned this plenty of times. Eustace is one of my least favorite party members, just in terms of using him. He is very good. I have seen a lot of people put him
Lights out for them.
as one of the top few.
That should suffice.
But he just doesn't click for me. He's a support character. Elisa does better at support. Elliot does better at support. He just kind of falls flat. He seems like a mixed attacker to me. Mixed attackers are pretty bad generally. Sarah does manage to be pretty decent at it, but that is because she, I think, just has higher stats than everyone else. She is an adult and all that. But yeah, Eustace is really the only mixed attacker, and it's not great because it just means that he can't do as much damage as Laura or Emma, no matter what he does.
Okay.
Maybe it's more consistent, sure, but Eustace just doesn't click for me. I think the trial tests actually give you the experience regardless, so it didn't really matter in the end. But that being our last one. Whoops, I pressed the wrong button. Let's return to the Courageous. We'll actually watch it through. Rain delivered the Zemirian Ore Crystal to George. Alright, looks like you got a pretty hefty amount. Should be enough to make a top-rate Tachi for Valinor. Really? This is then finally up to fight Crow on equal terms. Yeah, if we manage to finish it, it's gonna be significantly more difficult than reinforcing Valmar's existing sword ever was. Remember, we'll be making an entirely new weapon from scratch. I'm not sure we can manage by ourselves. I might even have to ask the professor for help. So it's finally time for Professor Schmidt to come into play. You know, we got enough Zemirian ore for him to work with now, so I can't see why he would turn us down. Although I can't say I'm all that excited to have him on board. Oh well, I better get started getting what we need ready. Pardon me for asking, but why would you want to have him on board? Well, as you no doubt figured out from when you last met him, he's not easy to work with. And his workspace isn't absolutely perfect. He'll throw a tantrum like you've never seen. It's unbelievable. It feels less like you're working with a renowned professor, more like babysitting a temperamental child. I see. They do say geniuses are often eccentric. Anyway, I'll call the Institute as soon as they've finished working sorting his work area. You don't mind helping me out some more, right? To help George make his workshop will cause the main storage advance, yada yada yada. All that stuff. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. I don't believe I am. right? I think we're maybe good. I'll double check. Monica has something coming up. In terms of a new note, I think it is after this. Yes, it is after this. Never mind. I'll sort the party out later. Master Quartz, nothing for us there. Let's just exchange all of our Seepeth mass. I really wish we could buy Seepeth. It's so nice. And you know what? We might as well slot up. Here. Slot. You know what, Eustace, I have neglected you. I'm sure that's not the first time you've heard that. His family sucks. Eustace's family is a bunch of assholes. He'd be the first to say that he's been ignored by his family. You know what? I kind of wanted to just sell all of it, but it's not really worth it. Yeah. Well, that's fine. Yeah, I think we're good to just start helping out. But we're actually going to change up the bike a little bit first. Let's go with... No, let's go with the pastel blue. That looks nice. Now we're gonna go and help out. This workspace isn't absolutely perfect. Yep. And we should be good to go. Be happy to. Ready now? Sure am. Thanks, Reed. Both of us here, the work will be done in no time flat. You want to help make the best looking workspace they could. Afterward, George made contact with the Rear Institute of Technology, and the time finally came to welcome Professor Schmidt on board the Courageous. Bah! Not quite up to my standards, but being that we're limited in our options inside the ship, this will have to do. Carrying about the facilities within the Institute, but you made the best with what you had, I suppose. Thanks, I guess. So there it is. I didn't expect you to have any Zemirian ore, much less this much of it. Where exactly did you find it? Because Seven obtained it from overcoming some very challenging trials. Come on, it's what you asked for, so you'll help us, right? Doesn't answer my question in the slightest, I'll have you know. Then again, the answer changes little. I'm a man of my word. You did what you were asked, so I'll draft you the finest blueprints the world has ever seen. Still, a project like this is not without its series of trial and error. Your assist will be crucial, George. Just don't get in the way of my work. Right, anything you say. Well, that's the famous Professor G. Schmidt. He's as much a cranky old fart as everyone says he is. He and George seem to work really well together, though, don't they? Well, if I recall, they were once master and student. And the other was dashing good looks, but his personality leaves a lot to be desired. Doesn't take much to impress you, does it? Working with Zemirian ore is no doubt going to be a challenge. They'll need to find a way to use it to replicate the sharpness of Itachi. Still, with Professor Schmidt on board, I'm sure they'll manage. He's the finest engineer in the country, if nothing else. Yeah, we'll just have to keep out of their hair and let them do what they do best. Finally working on Valmar's Tachi began. George and Professor Schmidt worked as quickly as they could so Class 7 would be ready for the final battle with Crow came. While they were working, the Courageous received a sudden and unexpected call.
Are you sure, Captain?
Yes, absolutely. Several days ago, the Alliance moved their line of defense around the capital westward, which means that the east side of the capital, and in particular the area around Trista, are much more exposed than before.
That could totally work in our favor.
Lucky us. Yeah, it sounds like we might finally be able to achieve what we set out to do.
We finally have a chance to wrestle the Academy from the Alliance's grasp.
Guess the Alliance is so focused on trying to defend Heimdall, they don't have time to worry about Trista. We couldn't have asked for a better chance than this.
I have some other news that may be of interest to you as well. The Noble Alliance forces are no longer the ones supervising Thor's military academy. Instead, They've assigned that task to the upper-class students, so the army can focus on defending the capital.
Why the upper-class students?
I imagine they were chosen so the academy would technically still be under the control of the nobility. I'm sure they're up to the task either way.
Are we talking about all of the upper-class students or just a select number of them?
The academy is being overseen by a group of students calling themselves the Order of the Lion. The group is centered around high-ranking nobles, and its commander is one of the sons of Marquis Higharms, Patrick T. Higharms.
Patrick? I'd heard that he was still at the academy, but just what is he doing?
And what's this Order of the Lion?
I know nobles love tradition, but that name sounds like something torn from a history textbook.
Other key members include the son and daughter of Count Florald, together with a butler and maid from the upper-class dormitory. To my knowledge, the principal and the other instructors remain imprisoned within the academy itself, however.
Ferris is taking part too?
If I had to wager a guess, the Alliance ordered them to. Not like they're in a position to refuse.
That's a little worrying.
Principal Van Dyke is an honorary general of the army as well, so naturally, the army is concerned for his well-being. As such, we of the RMP are preparing to liberate Trista and the Academy from the nobility. It will be carried out before the battle for Heimdall can begin, using our most elite units.
Oh.
But that means...
Captain, would you consider postponing your operation for at least a few days?
Rean.
Do you not think the RMP is up to the task?
I don't doubt for a moment that you are. But since the day we were entrusted with the Courageous, no, even before that, liberating the Academy has been our dream. I don't just mean Class 7's dream either. It's something that every single student gathered on this ship wants to be a part of. You could even say it's our duty. Whether someone else could handle it isn't the issue. It's what we've come this far for. We want to do it with our own hands.
Thank you, Rean. I feel the same way as Rean does. Thor's was established by one of my ancestors, so I feel a connection to it in that sense. It feels only right that those who have an attachment to the Academy should come together to take it back.
She's absolutely right. We've come all this way believing it would lead us back to the Academy. We can't just leave the last step of our journey to you. After all that's happened, I think we're the ones who should be fighting that Order of the Lion, don't you?
Yeah, you're right.
Yep, it's gotta be us. We've all put an enormous amount of effort into making it this far. It's only fair, right?
We wouldn't be setting a very good example as second years if we didn't see tasks we've taken on through to the end.
I want to go and save Uncle Makaram too!
That's a lot of yes votes right there.
I'm pleased to see we're all unanimous.
Yeah, I want to do this too, Claire!
Really, Milliam? You too?
So, Captain, please, won't you leave taking back Trista and the Academy to us?
We realize we're asking a lot, but this is genuinely important to us.
When I finally see Dad again, I want to be able to look back and feel proud of all I've done.
I was never raised to beg, but in this case, no price is too great.
I wasn't expecting to get quite so strong a reaction from you. It's almost like we went to different schools. I've never felt quite the devotion and attachment to the Academy all of you clearly possess. So it's a little strange for me to see how much each of you are willing to sacrifice, just so you can liberate Trista together. But strange in a good way.
Is that a yes?
We'll wait 2 days. Trista will form a vital base in our operation to take Heimdall. It needs to be liberated as soon as possible. I hope that will be enough time for you to achieve your dream of taking it back.
Thank you, Captain.
If you weren't with the RMP already, you'd make a hell of an actress, you know. You put on quite a show for someone who was gonna say yes all along.
Now what makes you say that? Regardless, I will be praying for your success. I look forward to seeing you all again in Heimdall after this war is over.
Thank you.
Good luck to you too, Captain.
Finally, Class 7 was granted permission to liberate Trista. Though that's deciding the specifics of the operation to Toa. And eventually, it was decided that they would carry out the mission on the same day of a prototype of Valmar's new Tachi was completed.
operation will begin today at 1200 hours. Make sure you've done everything you need to do before then.
As you already know, I won't be taking part in this one. This one's all you. My job as your teacher is to stay here and wish you luck. I know you can do it.
Thank you.
We've still got some time until then, so it might be worth going around and making sure we've got all we need.
Yeah, we can't be too prepared. Not this time.
Incidentally, how goes the development of Valamar's Tachi?
The prototype was finished last night. There's still some work left before it's completely finished. But personally, I'd say the progress we've made is nothing to scoff at.
Professor Schmidt's really something, isn't he?
I guess. But he could lighten up a little. I went to go play down in his workshop and he was all super mad at me.
Were you expecting to be welcomed with a hug and some candy?
Anyway, by the sound of it, he's going to keep finding ways to improve it until the very last minute. I'm gonna be swamped with helping him out, but I should still be able to tune your Arcus units if you guys need it.
We just might take you up on that, George.
Whatever ensures you're as ready as possible. So much is resting on this battle. I don't want us to go in with any regrets.
Right.
All members of Class 7 will take part in the battle for Trista, whether they are in the active party or not. As such, make sure to check everyone's equipment, including that of characters you may not ordinarily use. And so we have an operation coming up. First, there is one thing I want to say just beforehand. Experience will be a little bit off from earlier in the episode. In the transition to tell you what day it was, my game actually crashed. These games are very stable, but just happened to crash this time. Monica, we want to talk to you. We give everyone snacks to keep up morale and make sure that everyone has enough energy to do what they need to do. Give Laura hers, so here's one for you, Reen. This looks great. Thanks, Monica. I'll be wishing you all well from back here. I know you can take back our home. With that, we get the character notebook update. That is just before the operation to take back Thor. She went around delivering food she made to those participating in it. In addition, with all of the notes that we have, if we go on over to Alphen, it feels as though everyone aboard the Courageous is a lot more positive these days, don't you think? As if we're all united in our efforts, and there's a sense of trust and warm regard around every corner. I think I know who we have to thank for that, too. You. Me. You're always looking out for us, Reen. Learning more about us, listening to our worries, trying to help any way you can. Without you, I don't know if everyone would be as close to one another as they are right now. Maybe you feel that way, but I think you're giving me too much credit, Your Highness. If anything, it's everyone here who's always looking out for me. Whatever I've done, they've done just as much for me, if not more. Oh, I don't tell it all they've done for you. Regardless, I still believe you deserve to have this. It's this. It's called the Medal of Love, and it's to be bestowed upon one who shows great compassion and consideration to others. I want you to accept it as proof of the strong bonds you've formed with the other members of the Academy. Proof of our bonds, huh? I like the sound of that. I'd be more than honored to accept it. Especially if you form a deeper bond, too. Did you say something? No, not at all. We get our second of the medals, the Medal of Love, which is a very good defensive one. Sure. Here you go, Machias. I guess you're kind of the default tank. Actually, no, the Golden Mission is just better. Maybe Usus could use it, I don't know. But that will be it for this time. Next time we're going to go around the Courageous, talk to everybody, and that'll actually just be it. We won't have time to commence the operation. That'll be 2 episodes from now. Between this episode and the next, I am going to do my setup stuff, so it shouldn't be too much. But, until then, see you guys later.